See, when I ain't had no money, I still had sauce. If you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
I'm being joined right now by somebody who's major in the game, you know what I'm saying? Major with bars, major with talent, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of sauce, doing major things. And King Elway joining us today. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I'm all right, bro. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You for having me, man.
Yes, sir. So let me tell you the story real quick. I go to Ox House, so like I always do. I pull up, and it's like crazy smacked. So, you know, I'm still going to work my way into the studio, you know what I'm saying? The space is not too big, but, you know, everybody up in there, man. And I see one person just standing there. I got some jewelry on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got some Cartiers on, but everybody's paying attention to him, you know, and everybody play their music, but tonight it was all about him. And King Elway's music was just going, and you had a lot of people with you,
No,
and everybody knew your music, you know what I'm saying. But everybody was vibing to it, you know. And it's a lot of dope people in the city on the music side that's there. So when I started seeing them, you know, and I started seeing people I knew, I was like, okay, he going crazy.
No, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, so it's his night, you know. And you know, so soulful.
Yeah.
Fresh out of what, Griffin?
Yeah, Griffin GA, man. We here.
Yeah,
we here,
man. That's the South of the South.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Griffin
Yeah.
GA, man. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, man. Another major Atlanta artist that came from out of there, Jody Breeze.
Yeah, Jody Breeze,
You
man.
know what I'm
From around the
saying?
way.
And I didn't know a lot about Griffin until maybe I'm saying probably 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I started
Okay.
meeting people from Griffin because I was working at McDonald's at a warehouse at the time.
You
know what
right
I'm
there.
saying?
You around the
know what
way.
I'm saying?
You 15,
So,
20 minutes.
So yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, like just hearing some stories about Griffin. I was like, oh, so Griffin ain't nothing to play with. You know, it's a little quiet over there. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear a lot about it, but yeah, it's like, you can't go around there thinking that you just
bro.
that guy.
Nah, it's a trencher, bro. Griffin, a lot of people don't know about it, but like you say, once they come, it's actually one of the spots that people can't get enough of. Like people come to Griffin, bro, and they don't want to leave. Like it's crazy vibes there, but it's not one of the spots to be taken lightly. For real, for sure.
Absolutely, man. You had the Griffin sauce dripping that night. You know what I'm saying? We was vibing out to a lot of your music off your new project, Too Soulful.
Too Soulful, man.
Yeah. So the entire night, man, like you was handling business like an artist should be. You know what I'm saying? Especially like when you're, you know what I'm saying, debuting your music, premiering your music to a lot of people, you know, and connecting with a lot of people who don't know who you are, you know what I'm saying? But you was really in full artist mode. Like, you know, a lot of people, they want to be in this game. They want to, you know, like they want to be a major artist, and you can have all the talent in the world, but, you know, you have to have that, you just got to have that swag about you, you know what I'm saying? And I saw that on you early.
I appreciate that, bro.
You know, and it's hard to see that with a lot of artists, man. And so how long you been doing music?
Man, I've been doing music, I'm say since high school, so I'm gonna say at least 15 years easy. Like I was rapping in high school. I came through on the trap era. Like when I first started fucking with the when I first started. Okay. When I first started messing with the music, bro, it was on the you know, T.I. Jeezy, Gucci Mane, like that's what we was listening to. So
that's the
era.
Know,
even as a young kid, you know what I mean? I'm 14, 15, I'm rapping about trapping, you know what I mean? And that's just what it was. That was the era. We wanted to get some money. So, you know, for us doing music, that was how I came out. But it was like, okay, the people knew me, but I didn't want to put out no music that I really wouldn't be able to be proud of. You know what I mean? I always knew I wanted to put out music that everybody can listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I got into the era and into the lane that I am with the music. Like I knew my mental capabilities was way higher than just making some trap music. You know what I mean? Influencing like that. So I was like, I can take this same style, this same flow, and put it into some real game. You know what I mean? Like what we came up on. You feel me?
Yeah. Hey, that's dope that you say that, man, because I randomly thought about this. My stepbrother, Chris, he's the one who really taught me about hip hop. He said, you know, there was an era where if you was a rapper, you had to be smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's the first time I've heard that, you know what I'm saying, from somebody from my generation, because I came up during that era. I graduated 06. Like,
yeah. I was 08, so I'm right behind you.
Yeah. So during that time, that's all it was. It was trap. So for you to make that change, you know what I'm saying, like that pivot to say, you know, I'm gonna do it this way, like what really brought that out for you?
It was the fact that the game was shifting. Like basically we watched the game go from the storytellers telling people about the way to get the money out the streets to it transitioning to dope heads and everybody was fiends. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like the power of the music has always been crazy. Like the influence has always been there. So I just didn't want to be one of the ones to influence people to do some BS. You see what I'm saying? Because it went from we just get money to, all right, now we using. You see what I'm saying? It became more influential to use the
here we are.
You see what I'm saying? So now you see a generation of niggas that's basically came up off of use drugs, drill, and now the game is what it is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Compared to when niggas just wanted to get some money.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like your vibe is like, it took me back to Crit during the blog era days.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, and that was when I was in college, you know, and like you storytelling, you know what I'm saying, but you coming through with that swag, you know. Sure. And that's actually something I've been speaking with other people about. Like that era, the blog era was really like the last era where people were actively pushing artists.
It was real music,
you know, and but it was real music, and it was artists of variations. Drake came out during the blog era, Big Sean, Wale, Kendrick,
it was a lot
Cole,
of them.
You know what I'm saying?
And they still relevant right now. They still running the game right now because
French Montana, Crit, like we can run it down. Even Nipsey was part of that era. J-Rock, you know what I mean?
It was a real game in that era too. It wasn't like you say. See, then it was people was actually fans of the artist.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people just be fans of one song.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to really get, even with what I'm doing, like people, how can you do that? How can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard when you ain't really got nothing, a body of work, or you ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? Like people ain't gonna pay for no one song no more. They're not gonna pay Well, you give them something worth paying for, they might buy it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's quality. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like you say, in that era, it was quality.
Yes.
And it lasts and it's showing. It's still the test of time right now.
Yeah.
Like Wale, like you just said, rest in peace, Nip, Drake, Kendrick. The ones that run the game is still the ones that run the game. Everything else kind of been hit or miss. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the era that we kind of need to go back to, as far as like just artists just putting out the music. But there's so many conversations of what artists should put their music out on these DSPs and ones who should still be on like Dat Piff and live mixtapes, you know. And even the mixtape era, you know, your favorite artist was putting out music constantly, but it was room for everybody. If you was good, if you had some, you know what I'm saying, it was straight. But you know, as a DJ, it's like artists aren't linking up with DJs anymore and putting out projects. They're linking up with the producer. And linking up with and doing the projects, you know. And you see that right now. But that's actually the best thing though. Like, go ahead.
Well, see, I also think it's because nowadays it's like a gap in the artist and producer as far as the connection. The younger artists or the up and coming artists, as far as my era or younger, they don't really understand the value in the DJ nowadays, or that maybe I need to connect with a DJ because I came up listening to DJ Drama on the mixtapes.
Yes.
But by the time I started doing it, DJ Drama wanted XXX, and I knew I couldn't do that at the time just coming up. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, do you have enough to get a DJ to partner with, or can you just come up with an up-and-coming producer and y'all make that happen? You see what I'm saying? So it might be easier to have a producer versus going to get a DJ that might want more than what you can really do at the time. You see what I'm saying? But
with the producer, it's a win-win situation for both parties.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying now? So with the artist, it's like, that's still beneficial, but I don't think it's a lot of DJs putting it in their faces like, hey, man, we could really, you know, you got it. Like, let's make this happen, and we can put together a gangster grills of our own and bring this wave back. Like, it's there. Like, it's I was telling my people, I think the same type of wave that we came up on is here. It's just about to be brought to the forefront. You got another Goody Mob. You got another Outkast. You got another Dungeon Family. You got another Wu-Tang. All of that is right here in Atlanta on the underground scene.
Going
it's just
on
about
right now. Earth
you know
Gang,
what I mean? Yeah.
JID.
And I'm not even talking about just them. It's ones like J. Rain and myself and King J and Teezy Fontaine and Willie Hen and you know what I'm saying, my girl Sonya Williams on the soul side. Like, it's really a whole nother group of, you know what I mean, people that can really bring that same vibe, that real music, and can probably wash a lot of the music that's out right now, but they still just on the underground scene trying to figure out what's the best moves to make. How do we really get heard by the masses? I'm just one of the ones that's kind of breaking the mold because what's the word I'm looking for? I'm always finding ways to be innovative. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ain't really waiting on nobody. I'm gonna make mine happen regardless. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you linked up with Black Metaphor I'm a major fan of his work, and we actually ran into each other last night at the Ox House, and we was chopping it up, and I told him about the interview, and he was like, man, you know what, man, King Elway is the most hustling motherfucker I know.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. He told me that when we first linked. It was like, I tell people this too, like a lot of people don't know it, but I was getting beats from Black Metaphor before he was actually making placements. When I met Black, I was in college, and my partner, Handmade Slim, shout out to Slim, he do a lot of tattoos around the city. He told me I got a partner that make beats. He heard I was rapping.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a partner that make beats. He put me on with his mans. First beat I did was Sanctuary. French Montana actually had that beat first. He called me when he had to do it. He was like, man, French Montana just used the Sanctuary beat, bro. I just had to call you and let you know. It was on the Mac and Cheese mixtape. I'm the first one that had it, though.
Okay.
For French. I had a couple more beats like that, too, but I just knew it was about time, and I told him what I was supposed to do, tell you not to let French get the beat.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah, those personal sacrifices. But, like, you talk about, like everybody trying to figure it out. Like, how's that process been for you?
Trial and error, man. Like, where I come from, it ain't really many outlets. So everything I do is just been trying some, figuring it out, seeing what work, taking out what don't work. And, to get where I'm at now, it was me jumping out on the scene, basically just doing shows. Like when I came home from college, there was a lot going on mentally. I was a hooper. I went to Morehouse initially out of high school. I went to Morehouse. My dad got sick. My granddad actually died as soon as I got out of school, and right around the time I went to college. So there's a lot of turmoil. My dad ended up getting sick, had to get his leg amputated. So I came back home and ended up going to a community college at Gordon down in Barnesville. Yeah. So I was still on the basketball scene. Okay. Really wasn't rapping like that. Like I say, the people who knew, they knew, but I really wasn't rapping like that. So when I came from, the college scene, I started managing the barbershop, and I was just trying to find something else to channel the energy in, and I focused more on the music. So I said, man, I'm going to take it serious. The same passion I had for the hoops, I'm going to put into music. Okay. So it was easy to really take it and take it serious because when I'm doing something, I'm going to be good at it. Like I'm determined, I'm that type of guy. No matter what it is, if I did it, I'm good at it. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, the music was there. It just was me not taking it serious. Yeah. So I jumped out on the scene, started doing shows, bro. And first couple shows I did, like Who's Hot showcases, maximum exposures, different events.
Maximum exposures, yeah.
Man, I'm winning showcases just off the whim. Like me and my people coming through 20, 30 deep, and I'm just doing shows. And even the first one I did, shout out to my boy Gambino ATL with the Meet the Underdogs. We went to college together too. I did a show for him. That was like my first time just trying something out. Said, man, I'm gonna pull up tonight and perform. He was like, bet. Not thinking nothing of it. I performed. And I left early. I left probably like 10, 11 o'clock, something like that, maybe a couple hours before it ended. Next morning he called me like, bro, man, where you went last night? You won. I was like, huh? He's like, man, you won. Like the judges voted for you. And really the rules, like if you leave early, you can't win. He's like, man, they still said, nah, Elway won. You feel what I'm saying? So they wanted you to come back. So that was like the first show I did. I was like, okay. Ended up doing other shows. I was winning them too. Like I met Drama at a TJ Making Moves show because I won the maximum exposure. So I met DJ Drama years ago, like fresh in the game, just winning shows. And it was like people, I'm leaving shows and everybody like, yo, where can I find your music? Where can I find your music? I had no music on no DSPs. Just catch my next show. Yeah. So it clicked like, man, you got to put something out. Yeah. So we started out with SoundCloud, putting a couple songs on SoundCloud, and then me and Black Metaphor was like, man, we got to put something together for real. So we did the Soulful. It was a trial run. I was like, bro, I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to make some money. I was already a hustler then. So, we packaged it up, double disc. We had the wall posters. We signed them. Had the documentary and the music. We had all that. Going to the shows and doing everything. And we put it together with the merch, put it in the package. And like I say, shout out to Nipsey Hussle, bro. Finding the Proud to Pay movement in the student of the game. I knew what I was going to do. Sold the Soulful for $100 a copy. Damn. And it was selling out. I had to re-up on it.
Oh, damn.
3 or 4 times. You see what I'm saying? Like on the $100 pack, I had a $50 pack and a $20 pack. Okay. So it was like different ones you can get, but they was selling out just out the barbershop and at shows and at streets, like selling out. So from then it was like, boy, you got something. And I had put it on DSPs probably a couple months later, but from there it was like keep going. So everything from there just been trial and error, see what works, see what don't work. Risk and reward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's been a lot of rewards, man. Damn, man, you was selling it for $100?
Yeah.
Bro, I be putting out merch and it's like it's a product I'm thinking about dropping. You know, it's a piece I'm thinking about doing, but it's like, yo, I don't even want to sell nothing for $100. You know, it's a damn hoodie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, I don't even want to do that shit. But like,
It's
but the fact that you believed in what you
Yeah.
created, you know what I'm saying?
And the people
That's
believe
the
in
thing.
it. Yeah, it's like even with your merch, if they knew what it cost to buy the blank,
exactly.
and they knew what it cost for the patch or whatever you putting on it, and
Mm-hmm.
you ain't really gonna make what you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta charge this.
Yeah.
And respectfully, if you fuck with me, you'll spend with me just like you spend with designers or you spend with Nike or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just being the person I am and what I stand on, I found people that actually was looking for that. So it was like you say, at a point in the game when it's like, man, like bro really talking about something, man, he's standing on what he talking about. Like you listen to my music, that shit match up to who you see in person. And I really give you the shirt off my back. Yeah. But I can't give you my art every time. Like what I'm putting out, I'm gonna put a price on it. I'm gonna still have something I probably can give you that let you know what I'm doing. But this Picasso I got right here, I'm gonna have to probably charge you for that. You feel what I'm saying? So
that's what's happening, man. But that's beautiful right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing that story and you know what I'm saying, having that faith. So you got multiple hustles. So you got a wing spot.
Wing It Deli, man. Y'all see it on the cap right here, man. Wing It Deli, we located in Griffin on 323 North Hill Street. Downtown, that's the second location. But, yeah, man, it's a full deli and convenience store. It's like a New York-style bodega or something like that.
Okay.
It's dope, man. It was one of the best things I ever did. When I first started, it was like just trial and error, too. Like, I was cutting hair at the barbershop. It was an empty unit next door. Got tired of people leaving my line because they was hungry. Because, you know, shoot, if you got a line, you know, if you're a barber and you in the shop, you know, that line get long. Yeah. A couple people might leave. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out how I can keep this money, get this all day, and get something else. So I say, man, this empty unit next door. It already had a hood vent because it used to be like a cake shop or something. So now I'm like, man, we could put a restaurant next door. So we started off took me like 2-3 years. We were just buying equipment, paying rent on the unit. Wow. No power, no customers, just buying equipment and paying rent every month. Yeah. So we got enough. We got all the equipment we need. Now let's get this paperwork in. Started doing that. Started building out the spot. We opened up. It was the people just from the restaurant and the beauty salon in the back that was shopping because you ain't gonna stop eating what you eating just because somebody else opened up a restaurant. You see what I'm saying? So we had to build it up. And like I said, man, just trial and error. And right up until right before COVID, it was like a sit down area in the front of the spot, and then the back half was a kitchen. Okay. I got a new business partner. Shout out to my boy J-Boy. And he come from a convenience store background. His mom used to own convenience stores, and he used to run the store coming up through high school. Okay. So when he came in, he's like, yo, you make any money with this sit down area? I'm like, nah, they, like Zaxby's, anything else, when they sit down, they just eat and leave after that. They, might leave trash on the table sometime. He like, man, you ever thought about putting snack items in here, candy shells, drink boxes, different stuff like that? I'm like, nah. He like, man, you could make this convenience store front and we can still sell the food and we can make money from the front door to the back door. Yeah. Man, we might have took them tables out the next day. Yeah. Like, let's get it. So we converted over to a convenience store and a deli. And then probably 2 months later, COVID hit. And when COVID hit, everybody had to close except convenience stores. So when COVID hit, everything closed. What you mean? Yeah, when COVID hit, everything closed and we got to stay open. So we went up. You know what I mean? It was over from there. Like, after that, disputes with the landlord. He didn't want to fix shit. It was like a rundown building. So we ended up going to a new building and we built out a whole new store. You know what I mean? So that's what we at with it now.
Dang, that's what's happening, man. That's lovely right there.
Yeah,
man.
We open 7 days a week. We take EBT. We open 6 a.m. for breakfast every day, and we open 24 hours on the weekend. So, yeah.
So sometimes you be up in there making the wings.
Yeah, I actually was gonna be in there tonight, but when we rescheduled the interview, my man was like, "Boy, go do that. I got you." So, like I say again, shout out to my boy J-Boy. But yeah, I get in there sometime, and I get in there and cook. I'm over the kitchen, and my man's over the cashiers. But you know what I mean? We get in there and do it whenever we need to. And like I say, even when I'm here, I'm still getting something done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So talk about being so hands-on about your businesses now.
I mean, starting out, you have to be hands-on to a certain extent. Like, ain't nobody gonna run your business like you gonna run it. You see what I'm saying? Yes. You have to even be able to accept the fact that when you not there, the people that's running it, they not gonna run it 100% like you run it. But if you got enough of them that can run it 70, 80% like you would run it, it still should be sustainable business. You see what I'm saying? As long as you got integrity and you got good, upstanding people in there working in your establishment, it's gonna follow your brand name anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really no BS type of person, so I really ain't gonna stand for no BS just being in my kitchen. You see what I'm saying? So the people that's in there, they know me, I know them. And even the ones that don't, by the time they get in, they understand what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? So it's just about, getting to a point where you can step back a little bit and trust other people and let other people do things, like, so that way you can free up your time. Because if I was still in there every day, I wouldn't be able to go and get my products like I need to. Like, the time that I'm taking to go get products and go get plates and go get sauces and different things that I might need for the week, the business still open and you got other people in the kitchen running. So we still need all this to work. You just don't see what I'm doing so much no more. You see what I'm saying? So it works. You know what I mean? You just gotta build it, man, and trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process. And the process is what the process is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Know what I'm saying? So you got 15 years that you've been doing music as an artist.
Yeah, I'll say about 15.
What's the biggest lesson you learned on that journey?
It don't happen overnight. As an artist, I think we all think coming into it, man, I'm harder than this person. And I go on to say it, like, the reason why I started taking music serious, because I seen Soulja Boy make it. So I was like, Soulja Boy can make it, and he telling us the Yule, and then we doing dances, and he was my age at the time, and I seen niggas my age that wanted to be Soulja Boy, and I was like, man, y'all want to be like a nigga our age, like nothing's no shade, but it's like my role models was niggas older, is who I could see. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, to me, I couldn't get over the point, like, dang, niggas is looking at niggas our age as role models, and nigga made it, and his music really, to me, wasn't music. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a different era coming in at the time. So I was like, man, I can make it. You see what I'm saying? So I started doing it and taking it serious. So like I said, it was just about really what is your driving point. Like, at that point, it was like, man, I got to take this serious. I can do it. You see what I'm saying? So that point alone, it was like, go for it. Don't stop. No matter what happened, as long as you don't stop, it'll work for you. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of people that don't do it, it's not about talent no more. It's about who keep going and who stop. Like, a lot of people stop right before they might get their breakthrough. You see what I'm saying now? So it was like, for me, it was like, put your heart in and put your mind in and just don't stop, bro. I seen people that started around the time I started. I seen people that started before I started. They be hitting me up now like, bro, how you doing this or how you doing that? Or, man, I should have, you know what I mean? So I just ain't stopped. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no stopping, bro.
Yeah. I feel that, because I feel the same way about, you know what I'm saying, like this radio and media game. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen people, like, when I came in the game, like, they gave up on their dreams of being on air or being on TV and everything. And I was just like, wow. Like, I would be like, why? But I was early in the game. But then after spending time in the game, I was just like, oh, I could see why you got to that point. Yeah. But I'm not about to let that be me.
Now, so that's it. So it's like, bro, it can't be in vain. Like, you might have stopped right before it was your time to do it. You see what I'm saying? And if you look around, like, prime example, when I started doing music, and now I look up, I got people that I went to school with, like my man Vail. Shout out my man Vail. He over at LVRN. Okay. He's in a different position now than what he was just jumping in. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of different people that I know that I saw them when they were just getting started. They didn't work their way up, and they looking at me the same way. Like, boy, I remember when you was, boy, they talking about you. Like, it's people in different spots that's bringing your name up. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it'd be crazy because it's like, I'm on the outside looking in, but I see the progression in them, and it's the same way with us. You see what I'm saying? Like, think about how many people that you was looking at, and now you see them, be like, damn, you director here, or you doing this here, or you doing that. Your time coming too.
Recently.
So now you see what I'm saying?
Like, within the past 2 weeks.
Your time coming too. That's just signs to let you know. Keep going. You see what I'm saying? Like, your time coming too. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, so hey, I can understand, man. God been working through you.
Nah, for sure.
God been working.
I definitely agree to that. Like, that's why I call my music what I say. Like, I call it so soulful, too soulful. People ask me like how I come up with it. Tell them I don't, bro. Like, I listen to the beats, and the beats gonna tell me what to say. I let the beat talk to me, and a lot of time it don't be me writing them words. Like, I feel that when I'm typing it, I can feel chills a lot of the time when I'm doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know it ain't me. I'm just the vessel a lot of the time. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't doubt that at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And back to the music, Too Soulful, Shadae's project. So he had these up in here. I've never seen these before a day in my life, right?
Sure.
But I actually, like, after you gave me this, I seen it go viral on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So break this down to the people, man. What exactly this is.
All right, so basically this is a media device, NFC media device. Basically, you can open it up. It's in the shape of an old, like a CD case. Like, it just bring back the nostalgic vibes, of opening up a CD. You know what I mean? Cover front to back. It's got a little disc in there too. But basically, you tap this to your phone. You don't have to scan it or do anything. You just tap it wherever your NFC reader is on your phone. iPhones is mostly at the top. Some Androids is on the back toward the bottom. Tap it to your phone. It bring up a link. From there, you go to the project. The project got over 25 songs and skits. Some dope features, dope skits. I'm talking about Instant Trey Day on there. If anybody familiar with anything Atlanta, y'all know my boy Instant Trey. He Atlanta all day. And then we got legends on there like Starlito and my boy Jody Breeze. And that's just to name a couple features. And it's another tab on there with videos and other unreleased content. If you really tap in, you'll see. I just dropped a video on my Instagram like 2 days ago. It went crazy. But the real people know it was on this device first. And it been on the device maybe 2 weeks now, 3 weeks, because we can update it whenever. So if you get one of these, you basically will be in tune with whatever I got going on first. Like I might still post some on Instagram or social media, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to come on here first. So you get the device, you got to get it from me or my people. They going for $100 a pop, and I can't keep them. I just read up again. Like I say, it's quality music. Sturgis, whatever he heard it. You know what I mean? And we were just trying to be innovative. Like I said, we saw something. We was going to go vinyl records. Yeah. That's what we was going to do because we wanted to do something nostalgic, something. You know what I mean? So we was going to do vinyls. And then it was like, with the music that I was trying to put out, my people was like, man, they've been waiting on it, bro. You got to give them all that because I'm trying to go through records. It's still records that ain't make the project. So I'm trying to cut too many records in. Shout out to my man A Green. He like, bro, we got to give them a double disc, bro. They've been waiting on it. You see what I'm saying? Like, they not going to skip no records, bro. It's a double disc. It's worthy of it. Like, all the greats done double disc. You see what I'm saying? So he break it down to me. I'm like, man, let's do it. So we go to pricing. And the price of the double disc vinyls would have just been crazy, and I wouldn't have had to sell them like you say for. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Even at $100 a copy, it wouldn't have been worth it. You see what I'm saying? So we came across a little idea on these, and we saw like the mock-up, and then it was like, man, we inquired on, hey, how can we do this? What kind of shape, what can we put on it? And they was telling us, man, you can do whatever. Yeah. Like you create it, whatever. So we went from there. We ordered up the first batch. Like I say, trial and error. And shoot, they went in the first week and a half, man, I had sold out and didn't even know it. I was actually making the sale, and I reached in the box, and I kept reaching. I was like, it's the last one. My boy Vito, shout out my man Vito, he bought the last one off me. Damn. I bought the last one, and I didn't even know it. And so I was on a waiting period for like 2 weeks. It took me longer to get another batch than it did for me to sell out, basically. Like, wow. I was on the waiting period for like 2 weeks. It was a delay in shipping, and they finally just came in with the second batch. So, I mean, we in the streets with it. You know what I mean? Too Soulful.
That product, that work, that George Young.
No, for sure.
For that
I got the shirt on right now. You know what I mean? If y'all see the merch, y'all see the Too Soulful. You got the, 90 style concert art on the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this takes me back to Nipsey. When he had the QR code on his merch, and it'll take you to show the video.
Straight to the website. If you scan that, it'll take you to my website, thekingelway.com. So, like I say, taking a lot from Nip, and rest his soul, it's no telling what he probably would be on by now. Because to just see how far the game done came, and to see what he was doing at the time, and people who know me, they'll tell you, like, I was putting a lot of people on Nip. Like, it was people who wasn't really even on Nip like that in the South yet. And I was already like, nah, you need to listen to bro. Like, bro telling us how to get some paper. Like, bro, really. So the whole hustle, it was just innovative as hell. So like I say, it's crazy how far the game done changed and how far the game done came. And there's no telling what bro would be on by now, because he was putting, like you say, inside the merch. It was ways to scan a shirt and go to the videos. And we was just trying to find a way to do something ain't nobody seen yet. You know what I mean? And do something that we know, okay, with this right here, we can put X amount on, and we can put our own price on it.
Yep.
You can't tell me how much my product is worth or my project is worth.
You better tell them, man. That's standing on business right there.
Yeah, I don't need no label. And then this the gift they keep on giving, because it's like, I can update this whenever.
Yep.
So if you're a real fan and you buy this, you know that this is endless. Like, I could put some on there 2 years from now and be like, hey, y'all go check y'all device. And if you got your device, you see what I'm saying? So what you really pay for?
With all the shock drops that we have in the game these days, Kendrick dropped a full project on PG Lane, and it was only up there for like 12 hours, maybe less than that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, you know, Drake just did 100 gigs. So imagine if you got this early and you kept it.
Now you see what I'm saying?
And when I come
the value
superstar
appreciation.
status, and then
And now you got
something
that.
else, you know, I'm,
Yeah.
hey. What
Shout
you
out to my boy
mean?
Newface. Newface was the only one.
Newface, that's my dog. That's my
Newface
dog.
was the only one told me to autograph it. Everybody else was happy to have it. But Newface was like, here. As soon as he bought his, he handed me the pen. Newface got his. He like, I need my copy. I'm like, I got you, boom. He handed me the pen. Like, nah, I need you to sign it. Shout out to that boy
Newface. That's my dog.
Nah, for sure.
That's my dog. But yeah, man, just imagine what could be, and if you got this, boom. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man.
That's innovative, man.
Innovative. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of records on here, you know what I'm saying, that stand out.
Appreciate that.
You know, like Slick Rick and Dana Dane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You mentioned the VMAs, and the VMAs was last night. You know what I'm saying? You were speaking that into existence.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
You hear me?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I definitely believe in that, man. You gotta, like, a lot of stuff I be doing, like, it's crazy because, like I say, when I'm writing the music, it's not me. So when I live a little bit more, a lot of time I find myself doing what I said in my lyrics, like manifestation. Like, I said something in my rhymes years ago. It was like house on the hill with the gate, foreign garage, four car garage, morning menage, the property come with a lake. This was years ago, and now when I think about it, I'm like, damn, I just bought a house on the lake like 2 years ago, like a year and a half ago. You see what I'm saying? So like, man, like I said, that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it really be like that. You know what I mean? And that's like just one example that just popped up out the head. But, bro, it's, like you say, we speaking it to existence. We ain't waiting on, you know what I mean? We claiming it.
Yeah.
For real.
It's kind of like Spitter, same thing. You know, somebody had mentioned that on Twitter like maybe like a month and a half ago. It was like, name a rapper who you think does exactly what they rapping about. And everybody said Currency.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, like that same type of vibe that you come through with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just like on Big Dreamer, you know, dope verses and the hardly cursing.
Nah, for sure. That's me. Like, I raised by my grandma, bro. My grandma and my mom, and I still don't cuss in front of them to this day. So respectfully, if I got other words to say, you know what I mean, as men, we might let words slide, you know what I mean, just in conversation. But if I got other words to say, you know what I mean, I'm gonna probably go and try to use something else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Educated brother, right here,
sure,
man. I'm trying to do better with that myself.
I mean, you know, at the same time, you know, we grown too. You see what I'm saying? So respect the environment. You know, we kicking it. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And one of the records you played at your listening party, very emotional record between you and one of your homeboys.
Man, shout out Skipper Jones. That's my man.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I mean, we were vibing all night. Everybody smoking, we drinking. We just, you know what I'm saying? We enjoying the music. And, you know, that was a real moment. And a lot of artists would not share that with people openly at their listening party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Vulnerable moment, man.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. Like, music is missing that. Like, as a man, it's all right to cry. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all right to really show that you still a human being and you got emotions. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind crying, especially knowing that I'm intact with my manhood. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if we going through something, it's a time for it, and it come out, it just come out. You see what I'm saying? So at that time, it was one of the ones like that record is called what is that record called? Man.
I can bring that we talk about.
Yeah. It's something about love. I can't think of man. But long story short, man, we'll get back to the name of it in a second, man. Yeah. But the record is about my dad passing and Skip actually, hard to say goodbye. That's it. I want to call it a love song or something like that, man. But hard to say goodbye. But like I said, it's about my dad passing and Skip, unfortunate passing of his son. He had a kid was like, I think 3 years old at the time, maybe 4. But he might not even been that old, man. So he might have been 2 or 3. Wow. But long story short, man, it's one of the records that anytime I even listen to it, I get chills. So I try to stay away from it. And Skip said he hadn't even listened to it since he sent me the verse back. Yeah. So
he said that was the first time he listened to it that night.
Yeah, so him just giving me the okay to go ahead and play it, it was already emotional time. You know what I mean? So when people heard the record and it just came on, it was just emotions filled the room, bro. Yeah. And it was like, I couldn't hold it, he couldn't hold it, and it was, you know what I mean?
It was a lot of people that was with you that
you see what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people was telling me, like, after the fact, they was like, man, I needed that.
Yeah.
Like, it was one girl that came to me, and she was like, man, I needed that. She was like, I just lost my parents, you know, such and such, I think it was a couple months ago, and she was like, I ain't been able to get over it, and you know what I mean? Just hearing music, you know, it's therapeutic. You see what I'm saying? So she was like, I really needed that, and she came to me and thanked me just for that song alone. You know what I mean? And like I say, today's game, everybody's so hard, everybody's so gangster, everybody's so tough.
Everybody got money, everybody got the jewelry.
Yeah, ain't nobody a real person no more. You see what I'm saying? So with me, that's why I say stuff like without the watching chains and without, like, I'm a real person. Like, people know me, like, take all this shit off, bro, and be the same person I am. If I come in here 20 deep, if I'm by myself, I'm the same person. I ain't gonna front on nobody. I ain't gonna act like I don't know you. I'm speaking to everybody. I'm respectful to anybody, from the janitor to the CEO. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. And I feel like that's what the game been missing. So me, on my music, I'm gonna give you that real. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's what people appreciate too.
Yeah, and one record I definitely appreciate it, and I said this as soon as I heard it. One for the money.
Ah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The sample on that, before he did his thing, he went crazy with that one.
Yeah.
You come through with the first verse, and you wasn't stingy with the record neither.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like all your boys was on this record.
Yeah.
But I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Because I heard
it.
the song and I was just like, damn, this made me want to go make a play right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So that was why I did it like that. Because like I say, listening to Nip and listening to other people like Jeezy and the people that we grew up on, even Tip, he ain't take Matt Bone and Country Cane them off.
Yeah.
Jeezy ain't take Blood Raw them off.
Them
You see what I'm saying? So when I first heard the record, like when I first had laid my verse, my man Mark G, he was in the studio.
Yeah.
He don't even rap. Felt the same way. He was like, bro, this beat hard as hell. He's like, man, I wrote me a verse. I'm like, let me hear what you got. So after I come out the booth, he's like, man, I got a verse. I'm like, man, let me hear what you got. I'm thinking he playing, so the beat come on, boom. And he started rapping it. I'm like, boy, you talking about something. I'm like, boy, you really saying something. So at the time, it's like, go on in there and lay it.
Yeah.
So my man, like, man, I'm finna get on up and get in here. So when he got in there, he put his verse down. So I'm like, man, I'm keeping it. So the whole time he like, bro, don't take me out. You gonna take me out? He thinking I'm gonna take him off. I'm telling him, man, I'm keeping it. So it was like an inside joke because he really not even thinking he on the project for real. So the other two verses that was on there was my man Gabe. That's my man G. Self. If you know me and you heard any of my music before, you know Gabe, that's my partner. He don't sound nothing like he look. You hear Gabe, you'll think you're a soul brother.
Yeah.
You see him, he a white dude and gonna rap you under the table. And he went to school with us. He from the hood. Like, he don't act black. He a regular guy.
Yeah.
But he gonna rap you under the table. Bubba Sparks, whoever you can name, they ain't touching Gabe.
Okay.
He for real with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he got that soul in him. You see what I'm saying? So, he was one of the ones I knew was gonna be on there from the jump. So when he heard the verse, he was like, man, I got it. He went crazy. So I had it on two different sessions. The first one with me and my man Mark G was the initial session. Gabe sent me his verse in on another session. So I had two different sessions, and I sent them both to my boy Homeboy, who was the last verse. Yeah. Homeboy was really just the engineer, mix and master, producer. Shout out to my boy Homeboy. He a legend from Griffin. He made that Yin Yang Twins Stand Up and Get Crunk instrumental, the one that allowed to battle the bands and stuff. Yeah. That beat just made a commercial right now with Deion Sanders and his kids.
He was there that night too. Yeah, I remember.
Legend. He did a lot of stuff. I'm talking about he really one of the first ones from Griffin. So he was doing my mixing and stuff. He thought the record had an open verse on it because it was two different sessions. So when he heard the first one, they just had the beat playing at the end. He put him a verse to it. So when he sent it back, I heard his verse and I was like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you did your thing too. So I was like, I already had 3 verses on it, but we just gonna go no hook and just let all y'all boys cook.
Yeah.
So that's how the record came about. So my man, Mark G, after the session, he was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Everything sounded good, but I think my verse wasn't good enough, bro. I still think you should take me off. I'm like, what? I sent him a screenshot of your message. When you said, hey, that one for the money? I said, bro, I already had 2 people hit me and say that one for the money out of 25 records on this thing. They talking about this one for the money. I said, this staying, bro. You tripping. So I'm glad you said that, man. Shout out to my boy Mark G, man. He wanted to come off the record just because that ain't really what he do. But I told him, nah, bro. You stand on this one, bro. You feel me?
Yeah. I got a love for the money and it's platonic.
Yeah.
We speak the same language and
it's Ebonics. Come on, man. We talking that hood language.
What you, man? I was like, oh. Damn, you know what I'm saying? But that's what you need, man. Like people need that type of music, you know what I'm saying? And like as a creator, you know, and somebody who's in radio, somebody who's doing media, you know, like I just feel like as a fan of the game, you know, I'm tired of just feeling like there's nothing to listen to, you know, like there's no energy in the game anymore. Like
soul,
even with me, like I felt like, you know what, it's rare that I get excited about music. Like I still do get excited when my favorite artist drop.
Yeah.
It's not even like that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I understand
soul,
it because
bro.
everybody is progressing, everybody's doing more, you know, and like, you know, they have full blown careers, you know what I'm saying? They have full blown lives now, you know. So it's like, okay, as a fan of the game and as somebody who's in the game, what can we do? Okay, we're not gonna go back to the mixtape days. It's not gonna happen. Okay, cool. The blog era days, probably not gonna happen. So what can I do in my own space, you know what I'm saying, to push this new wave of good music? You know what I mean? And like, shit, how much bad music I get.
Yeah, I do. I can't imagine
basis,
as a DJ.
Man, like, I don't even.
Yeah, but it's a lot out there.
Like, I don't even like giving out my email sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, certain people, they real, you know, they persistent.
Yeah.
They gonna get on your Instagram and then, you know, they gonna find a way to contact you. And I respect that wholeheartedly. But it's just like, you know what, there was a time where everybody wasn't trying to do music.
And see, that's the one. See, like you say, coming up from the 90s, the rappers was the rappers.
Exactly.
When you seen Source, when you seen Vibe, when you seen 106, when you seen The Basement, when you seen BET or MTV or anything that was going on, it was rappers, and they was really rapping, and you had to be tested and you had to be tried before you was on that level.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like everybody's a rapper.
Yep.
Like even when I go to speak at schools, the kids, they want me to talk about rapping, and I ask them, I say, how many of y'all in here rap? Everybody in the class raise their hand.
Yeah, raise their hand.
I'm not talking about rapping. That's not realistic. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about other things because being a rapper is oversaturated these days. Everybody got a cousin that's a rapper. Everybody knows somebody that's a rapper. Everybody, you see what I'm saying?
And that's just a hobby.
The quality is far and few in between. So what steps can we take to make the rappers really be the rappers and the niggas who really can't rap might need to do something else with your money and your time. You see what I'm saying? But like you say, it's about the dollar amount to a certain extent. So the niggas with the money and not so good end up getting the front leg of the race. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We end up catching up on the back leg. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the new age one hit wonder is so different. You know, because even back in the day in the 90s, 80s, if you was a one hit wonder, you know how much work that took for you to be a one hit wonder?
That's what I'm saying.
It took a lot of work. Now it's like you can be a one hit wonder overnight. But I'm starting to see a lot of those artists that blew up off TikTok and shit like that. It's like, bro, you know, it's like what happened to them?
Ain't no quality.
You know
That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
that's why the ones running the game is still you still got T.I., you still got Jeezy, you got the game, you got Drake,
they still
you got
making
Kendrick.
money. They still putting out music.
They the ones still running the game, and they older than us. Chains. You got all these rappers who been running the game, and it ain't been a new wave of rappers on that level yet to stay steady.
Yeah.
Because it's so, this was hot. This was hot. But it really ain't no backing to follow that. It ain't no leg work. It ain't no.
They don't have catalogs no more.
So you see what I'm saying? And they don't have to hustle either. Like I'm going to out hustle 90% of rappers, like niggas who in deals and everything. Like I'm going to out hustle you. Like if they give me the deal, I'm going to turn it all the way up because I already got way more hustle than niggas who y'all putting in the deals. You see what I'm saying? So with what I got going on, it's probably going to go over the top a little bit more and probably be a little bit more beneficial because I ain't sitting on my ass just thinking that this money that y'all gave me or whatever y'all gave me gonna make me blow up. I'm gonna do my own shit.
Myself up.
You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
It's a different mindset. You know what I mean? That's the same way I was with hooping. Like, I ain't just gonna hoop on offense. I'm gonna hoop on offense and defense. So if you're a one-dimensional player, you ain't gonna. My motor is. You see what I'm saying? We built different. My motor, I'm gonna keep going when you taking breaks. I'm still running. I'm still. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if you cross me, even if you score on me. My heart way bigger. I'm right back on you the next play. You got to score 80 on me. You feel what I'm saying? You got to go Kobe on me for real. Like I'm gonna be there every play and I ain't taking no plays off. You got to guard me too. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same way in the hustle. Like bro, I'm gonna bust my ass. You see what I'm saying? And you taking plays off. I ain't taking none off.
Yeah, that hunger.
Yeah,
that hunger.
for sure.
For sure. That's what's happening, man. Well, listen, I need y'all to tap in with my homie. Let them know how they can follow you and support you.
Man, y'all can follow me at King Elway on all platforms, man. KING ELWA, Elway like John, man. And make sure y'all tap in with all the businesses. Wing It Deli, that's WINGIT Deli. Some of the best food you're going to have, the best wings on the south side by far. We got Phillies, we got salads, we got all the health foods you want. Like I say, breakfast foods. We open 7 days a week. tap into Dr. Grizz's Shoe Clinic. We got the best shoe cleaner product on the market right now. We over 1 million views on Amazon and TikToks. We got all that. I'm talking about we pulling up with the shoe service, collect them sneakers, clean them, get them back to your doorstep or wherever you want them at, back A1. And shout out to Mindset Headphones. Some dope over-ear studio quality headphones, man, that, you know, also partner with me. You got to be in a certain mindset to listen to my music. So if you change your mindset, you can change your life. So you get a pair of Mindset headphones right now. They on sale for $150, but for $150 right now, he gonna throw in a copy of the Soulful and the headphones. So you can't beat that. Dr. Grizz's Shoe Clinic, we doing specials on the shoe cleaner too, man. So y'all holler at us. You know what I mean? Whatever you need, get at me, man. Too Soulful, we in the streets right now. And follow the nonprofits at Village Kids YC and Wing It Cares Foundation.
That's so sad, man.
Sure.
Beautiful, man. Hey, y'all tap in with my homie. Y'all gonna definitely see me using his music on a lot of the content that I drop. I actually used it last Sunday. I was eating, you know, because I always post my mom's cooking, you know what I'm saying? She always cooked for me, you know, and I had used it. Then, you know,
tag me on all that.
Yeah,
DJs, any of that. If y'all need anything that's on here, y'all get at me. I'll send it straight through email. You know what I mean? We'll package it up and make sure y'all got whatever songs that's on there that y'all fool with the most. You know what I mean? Because you can't download from this device. You got to tap it to your phone or whatever you're listening from. You got to listen from there. So any DJs, anybody like that who need them exclusive downloads, holler at me. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
Yeah, and he know his analytics.
Nah, for sure.
That's what all this means.
Nah.
We ain't padding the stats.
No, for sure. For sure. It's telling us where everybody tapping at all around the world. You know what I mean? Who tapping, where they tapping, how many times. You know what I mean? We tracking all that.
Yeah, what you mean? Well, there it is, man. King Elway, so soulful.
Too Soulful, man. We in the streets right now, man.
Yeah, you already know, man. What you mean? We out.
My brother. I appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.